Hello, and welcome to my camera not being on, but more importantly, welcome to what is it? Part 1, Episode 8 of Unfettered. Chris, as I fix my camera, how have you been in the 2 minutes since we last saw each other?
2 minutes? Are you sure you don't mean 1 minute? Doing well. You know, all that good shit.
Yeah, Crispy and Top Hat were both over here last night and this morning. We played a shitload of Magic, which was good. But yeah, we have it's the last time we streamed was on Thursday, and then we hung out yesterday. So yeah. Top Hat, do you have anything to say?
Um.
All right, good
Sure.
talk. Cheers.
Well said.
Yeah. So I guess let's just play some Dungeons and Dragons, man. Let's do it.
It's like the first time we've played, and it's like in 4 days. But
Yeah.
that means it's like super fresh, and we all know what we want to do.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, I mean, this is gonna be the first time we have a full session because the last one was a half session. In about a month. So.
Doesn't that make this episode 7.5?
I mean, that would have made the last one 6.5, but it's just
6.5.
like
That's not
there,
really true either.
there were longer commercial breaks when they aired that one. Or in the television version of episode 7, the montage at the beginning was a lot longer than the 2 minutes we gave
Is
it.
this the episode where we just talked about things, and then the camera just showed old scenes?
Yeah, it was the filler episode. And God, okay, so I know I said we were gonna play some D&D, but I hate when I'm watching an anime and I'm like, okay, the story's cooking along. This feels pretty good. This is an interesting show. And then you just hit an episode and they're like, oh, do you remember this time back when we did the thing? And it's like, yes, of course I did. I've been binge watching this for the last 10 hours. I just saw that. Oh.
Yeah, I skipped those episodes.
Yeah. I think the only show I've ever seen do it well was Avatar, The Last Airbender. Because they did the recap episode when spoilers, I guess if you haven't watched that yet, which shame on you. When they were in, I think it was the Fire Nation, and they went to the play that was talking about them. That was really good. Because it still hit on all the points you needed without just being a highlight reel of the show. So, but that show is great. That show did everything well.
I sense
No thoughts, not at all.
I hold on. I'm sensing a fan. Hold the show.
Yeah. So let's play some D&D.
No.
So I think our opening scene here is we come out of our intro credits and we see the smoldering remains of the Rusty Barrel in Crystal Harbor. There's still a small fire off to one side, a lot of smoke billowing off of it, and in the street, written in blood, we see these huge letters that just say "in the mind," and then this drag trail of blood going off down the street. And we see the barmaid that we encountered in the Rusty Bucket last time. She's standing outside looking down at the lettering, and next to her is a hooded figure. And she tilts her head to the side, looking away from the carnage before them and says, "The Grand Admiral isn't going to like this." And we fade out on that, and like, or actually no, we don't fade. We zoom in. We get this like crane shot into the smoke coming off of the burning tavern, and it transitions to your ships. We see Constance standing on the deck of the, what is it, the Black Sheep?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the deck of the Black Sheep, you know, all black like the charred wood of the tavern, amidst a light storm. So there's rain, there are winds, but no lightning. As you're sailing back to towards Sanctuary. And what are you guys up to on the travel back? It takes 4.5 days.
Probably just training some more tools.
I think that Constance is going to be like, you're just gonna see Constance like in a crow's nest with the egg. So you're gonna see like Constance poking games like, have you seen my egg? Have you seen my egg? Have you seen my egg?
Yes.
Oh wait, not training with new tools. Fucking talking to John Gleason, because he
That's
just gave
what
us
I
that huge cock tease there at the end. There, like, you don't know where your powers come from. Like, bitch, tell me.
Yeah.
Babel, have you seen my dragon egg?
Oh, that's why you sound so quiet to me. My volume is down. I'm like, man, you guys are both real quiet today. What's up? All right. Yeah. So I think we see John on the navigation deck of the Storm Singer, sort of like leaning back, his elbows on the railing, as Albert comes up the stairs toward him.
John.
Captain?
Oh, well, you haven't officially decided anything.
Aye, that be true.
Now, you had mentioned that you knew something of this power that we seem to be to have in common. I know next to nothing about the source of my strength, but you appear to know a bit more. I would appreciate it if you could divulge that information to me.
He looks you over. So you really don't know?
Haven't the slightest clue.
If your powers are like mine, they're not from this world.
Well, I figured something like that.
It's not different from your Genasi women, you know, getting their power from the elemental planes. Ours comes from someplace little different.
That sounds vaguely similar to what my suspicions were, but you seem to know that it's a little bit more than just that. You paid a cost, didn't you? More than just simply, I draw power from another plane. You don't seem to be much of a Genasi either. Pardon the intrusion.
We all make our sacrifices.
That's very true.
Mine... Well... How much do you know about... And he like, he's struggling to talk. Like, he kind of wants to tell you,
Yeah.
but it's clearly weighing on him.
Speak freely if you wish to speak, but If there is some reason you wish to hold your tongue very well, I am intent on learning how this power works, so...
How much do you know about those who search for angels?
I've heard nothing of the sort.
Well, let me tell you a tale then. You see, many dark forces came out of the hearts of men when they went from Mulland to Maradoon.
Mm-hmm.
And when people, especially when people saw that there were these others who were connected to powers greater than themselves, these entire worlds of fire, water, it was to be expected that there'd be some amount of jealousy. And given how dissatisfying some people find the divine, they decided to turn to a more active search for power.
They made a pact with elementals?
Not quite. You see, and he looks over at Zaire, sort of
Suddenly showed up.
Yeah, well, they sort of spend time on your ship most of the time, right? They're usually on Stormsinger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zaire's not like present in the conversation. He's just looking over at them.
Yeah.
Sort of like a little guilty, I guess.
Yeah.
Bigotry is a powerful thing. So no, the people coming out of Mulland, they weren't ready to dedicate themselves, connect themselves to the same things. But they knew, you know, as we all do now, they knew that there were places outside our own worlds. And so, you know, if there are these worlds of fire and ice, why not other things? And maybe even a realm of the divine, where rather than wishing for it, you could truly find it, connect to it. And so
Dangerous talk.
there are some in Mulland, and I suspect now elsewhere, who study the plains, and reach out and call to the things that live there. My parents were people like that. And they went out looking for angels. I dinna ken if angels there be, but after what happened, after what came back, I can tell you rightly, devils are real. There's a place they came from, or come from, a place of darkness and hunger, a place of nothing, but a nothing that knows you. That is where this power comes from. No. And he like takes his amulet and holds it forward, And you can see when his hand touches it, the skin, unlike the fingers holding it, cracks and glows in the same way that your body does when you're manifesting your power. I wear the sins of my parents. I keep this thing trapped. Now, if you're contacting this place, if you're tapping into it, if you're not holding something in like I am, you're a right lucky bastard.
I'd say I'm quite a number of times more lucky than just a bastard. I have the devil's own luck, if you will.
He looks around. Any captain surrounding himself with women like these can't be that dumb.
I'd be careful about how you talk to Zaire. I can't imagine you'll live a very nice life if you say the wrong thing.
Far be it for me. He just like leans back on the railing.
So you shoot fire?
Well, I wouldn't say I shoot fire so much as my friend shoots fire, and I occasionally let him.
Friend. A friend? Question mark.
Like I told you, my parents called to the void and the void called back.
And that's related to your amulet, I see. Do you mind if
Keeps the damn thing stuck.
Do you mind if I see it for a moment?
It ain't coming off my neck, but if you feel
Good,
like getting close.
So yeah, I'm Vessinger's gonna kind of like reach out and like try to kind of pick up the amulet in his hand.
Yeah, you don't react in the same way that he does, or he did.
Yeah.
But you can feel the power in the amulet. You can like it's warm to the touch, and not just because it rests on him, but like it feels preternaturally warm.
Yeah.
And looking at the runes on the front of it, you get this uncanny feeling like you're being watched.
Well, what a pleasant thing to wear around your neck, and I'm gonna kind of let go of it.
You're telling me.
Anyways, so what would make up your mind? What would I need to say to convince you to stay with us?
Well, look, I'll put it plain. I'm in the business of keeping myself alive.
Right.
And keeping my friend here. And that's best served without the Empire breathing down my neck, and without more of these punch-drunk, angel-seeking mamby-pambies walking around opening portals they don't understand.
I think we're all a little bit better off without those.
So, Mr. Vessinger, if you can promise me I can keep those things going, moving forward, you got me, and you got my friend.
Well, I'd say those are pretty easy conditions to meet.
He,
Shake on it?
I'd love to. And when you shake, both of your hands, sort of like do the crackly thing, and you see a flame in his eyes, and he laughs a little bit. I'll be holding you to that one, Captain.
Oh dear. What have I gotten myself into? Alright, Mr. Gleason, have you ever been aboard a ship before?
Well, I'll let you know. Didn't get to the Wildlands by walking, that's for sure.
I understand. Have you ever been a part of a crew before?
I'll be honest, not big on, what they call it? Oh yeah, working. Not much my thing.
Well, apparently you have friends to do that for you. Well, I'll have you go and speak. Why don't you go aboard the Lord Ostenwald's Revenge? Kelly will set you up with what you need to know.
Oh, Kelly. Sounds interesting.
Married, I'll have you know.
Oh, you know, the times, they are a-changing.
Whatever will I do with you?
Yeah, John is a right scumbag. Like,
He's gonna get shot.
maybe.
Kelly's gonna do it.
I think we can
Yeah,
we can end
we'll
that scene there.
Yeah.
Constance, is there anything you wanted to? I guess, are there any scenes you wanted to have before you get back to Sanctuary?
Don't you have a fucking dragon egg?
Have a dragon egg.
Well,
Whatever.
Still haven't properly told Vessinger about it.
I think Vessinger will notice that Constance walking around with this, egg.
Constance is on a different ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's just hanging out with Gamzees, being like, hey, I think it moved. Did you feel that, Gamzees? I think it kicked. Gamzees is like, I did not expect I would become a mother this soon.
At some point, I'm gonna fly my ship really close to Lord Ostenwald's Revenge, and just be like, Mabel, Mabel.
There's like rain coming down, and like Mabel is all like, she's got a blanket wrapped around her shoulders, and she goes to the window and opens it. Constance, what are you doing?
I got a dragon egg.
What?
Yeah, I think it's the point. I just jump into her through the window.
Yeah, she steps back, alarmed, and shuts the window behind you. Wait.
Well,
okay, hold on. What?
This is harder to explain. Ketchup. Bop her.
Okay, yeah. So you drop some memories in her brain.
Drop some
Yeah.
knowledge.
Okay.
Let's drop some memories. She's used to it now.
I
Which
think anyone
ones?
can get used to that.
Oh, she's gotten used to it. Mabel
She has
adapts.
lived-
It's what she does.
She probably has lived the majority of Constance's life at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, as one poor child.
Yeah. Don't envy that one. So which memories got dropped into her brain?
I think it was the getting the egg and all that, but then also I think that some old memories of the previous Wyvern got kind of thrown in.
Okay. So like maybe your time, like a couple moments when you were in the military and when you were a pirate before you got caught.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay. And the plan here is
Gonna raise it. It's a dragon.
okay.
Don't suppose you know how to make an incubator.
No. I don't.
Yet.
Basically. It's like her homework comes from Constance.
Yep.
But okay, so when this hatches, you're going to
Bond with
steal its power, or put it in the arcane, or
Bond with it. Okay. Well,
wait. So like, you're just you're gonna spend time with it like a pet.
Elves are different than humans. We can mix with wyverns. We can
Right.
train.
Mix?
But you're not gonna wait. Hold on. What do you mean? Because like I mean I was raised in Mulland, but
So, wait. How do I describe this?
I mean I don't want to judge.
The a sign of family for an elf is having a wyvern, because we exchange life with a wyvern. I think that's the best way of explaining. It's much easier
And
to
then you
explain in Elven.
make new. Am I understanding this correctly?
No. How magic?
Right. So I've been told, but
Do they not teach Elven history?
no. I mean, not that history. I mean, they taught things like that, but not that specifically.
So there's a ritual. It makes the
Right.
dragon egg-
No. I get that.
You know what? And I just like fill her head with like all of these memories from my childhood.
Like the memories of the ceremony that
Yeah.
Constance went through. Yeah, so I think we as viewers of the TV show version of Unfettered get this like really fast series of flashed images of very young Constance in this like sort of ruins area, you know, like crumbling architecture and masonry, covered in vines, with trees growing throughout, in these intricate twisting interlocked patterns. We see her with an egg, and then we see the egg hatched. We see her holding this small sort of like draconic creature. We see an elder sort of wizened elf with some kind of pigment, possibly blood, placing a mark on Constance's face and on the creature's face, and then we see this glow of magical energy, and then we snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. So we snap back, and I think our camera is like pulling back from Mabel, and there are tears running down her face. Oh. I'm sorry.
Well, in this ship, it's new beginnings for everyone,
Yeah.
including this egg.
Right. Okay. So we need to figure out how to get this thing to hatch. But also, and she like pulls some papers out and starts writing. If you're gonna bond with it once it's hatched, we need to know how to do that too. So either we're gonna have to go back to the wildlands at some point, or we're gonna have to just figure it out ourselves.
Make it up as we go along.
Just gotta sit there for a second, like, well, I remember parts of it. We'll work out the details before.
Sit down. She like points the end of the quill over to a bench. All right.
All right.
So now, starting from the beginning, tell me everything. And then I think we cut from the scene there. And we come back from our little like commercial break at Sanctuary. It's been 4.5 days since you left Crystal Harbor. It is now about midday, early evening on the 11th of. I keep getting the day and month thing wrong up in here, which is weird because I'm the only one setting the day for our little calendar counter. So for viewers, I've got a little calendar running up in the top right, and I keep changing. I keep changing the month instead of the date anytime we're in like the first of the month or something. So it is still the 6th month. Whoops. And it is the 5th. No. The 6th. So yeah, it's midday to early evening on the 6th. And you are arriving in Sanctuary. The sky is still overcast, but not it's no longer storming. It's just sort of dreary. What do you do once you pull into port?
We have to look for what's his face. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make an announcement to the crew. We'll be for the next 2 days we'll be staying in port. If you need to make arrangements, make appropriate arrangements and be back here 2 days hence in the morning.
What was his name? Oh God. Mick.
The guy that you had
Yeah.
intel on, McKellar.
Like,
First
anyone
mate McKellar.
finds intel on first mate McKellar. It gets 20 gold.
They all look around. Ah!
I lean over to
Basically,
Vessinger.
anytime the word gold comes out of Constance or Albert's mouth, they're like, ah!
I'm gonna like lean over to Vessinger and be like, I need 20 gold.
You're the quartermaster. I sure hope you have 20 gold.
Oh yeah, right. I need
Do I
to
need-
go
you
write
work for
something.
you?
Just like Constance just walks off. You see Constance later. Oh shit, what did we have?
I think we see Constance stressing about this stuff, and Mabel strolls over and just puts a sheet of paper on top of the ledger that Constance is trying to write in, and it's got everything tabulated.
So after this whole like conversation, you see Vessinger walk back to his cabin and like open up a desk drawer, and it's just full of gold. And he just takes out a handful and fills a bag with it. Like, I wouldn't trust Constance by spending money.
Yeah, there's like
He walks out.
He does, and then we cut to that piece of paper, and there's a line item which says Albert's treasure drawer.
And it's like goes back 5 minutes. Constance taking 20 gold out of it, then closing it again and walking over.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, so we're in port, so let's sell some. Or no, wait, no, we have nothing to sell. Let's go kill something. No, find some people, I guess.
Let's engage
Yes.
with the mechanics.
All right. Get over
All
here,
right,
Zaire. You're on tracking duty again.
All right, you're gonna have Zaire do their magic fate powers.
We were just gonna track him, but yeah, sure.
I mean, that's what that is. So here are some problems. McKellar died multiple years ago. He died multiple years ago without telling anyone where he was staying. And it's a big bustling city. So it's going to be a high DC. and it's going to be a disadvantage. But go
All
ahead.
assists.
Okay.
So I was going to ask if I could roll to kind of remember where he liked to be.
Like narrow down the search, basically.
Yeah, see if my time on a crew with him.
Right,
would
like
give us
reflect
some
back
more-
on conversations you had with him, to be like,
Where
what
did he
parts of
stay
town did you
before?
like?
Yeah, where did he stay before? Where did... Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that would be a history check, is how I typically handle that.
Good.
Trying to
Good.
remember
Good.
things.
Character sheet load, please. 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 Wait. Come on. My character sheet's loading.
Yep.
There we go.
Hey,
History.
histoire.
Do I blow inspiration?
How much do you have?
A lot.
Yeah, we both have.
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot of
gonna
it.
blow. I'm gonna blow one just because.
Yeah, that's right. Spend all your inspiration before combat. Do it.
I only have 7 left.
Oh Jesus, a 15 is pretty good. I think you can narrow down which part of town he generally spent time in. You know, he didn't go to the leaky, or not the leaky bucket. That's a Harry Potter thing, I think. The cheerful Nimbus. He had another tavern that he frequented in a different part of town, and so you sort of go, oh yeah, if he liked going to that one instead, it's probably because he was nearby.
Yeah, so we'll start over at his tavern.
Okay.
Can I utilize my background feature to ask around, see if there's anyone who knows where he would be?
I mean, he's
Your background's about the resistance.
yeah. Yours
It's
is more
people who are
about.
sympathizers. It gaining their assistance.
I mean, yes, that's true, but I don't feel like it would apply here, because this is more of an intel gathering thing than a.
Okay. Then hey, get on the ground. All hands on deck. Let's find.
Yeah, because I mean, especially just given the amount of turnover that happens in Sanctuary, the likelihood that anyone who actually knew him while he was living there still being there is pretty low.
Like in Mullen, maybe that might work, but
Absolutely, yeah. In a town where life moves a little more slowly, you could absolutely be like, "Hey, there was this person here 2 years ago," and they'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
I don't know why they're Canadian, but they are.
Well, I now know something about Poland.
We know something about Resistance members in Mullen. They're all Canadian. oh heck, that their empire, you know.
But only if they come from Little Winchester.
In Britain. Nice. All right. So anyways, if that doesn't work out, why don't we, the people who know what they're doing, make survival and investigation checks?
Yeah, Zaire will be rolling. I believe either survival or investigation would work.
Survival.
Whichever is higher.
Survival.
And
Sure.
they're gonna make that not with disadvantage because you're helping out, and the DC goes down because you narrowed the scope.
All right. Normal survival. Go.
So, I think this is a good opportunity for me to just break all of the fiction and have a moment to rant about Dungeons and Dragons. This is where we run into something that I have a problem with in D&D, which is D&D does not operate on a system of degrees of failure. It's all binary. It's either you get what you want or you get nothing. Fuck you. And that is upsetting to me. So whereas some people might say, okay, you failed, you're never gonna find him, go chase down some other plot hook. I'm gonna say that what this means is you spent the whole day walking around and did not come up with anything. You can always come back another day and try again, but
This is the reason why we spent 2 days in port rather than 1 day in port.
yeah, today's search doesn't turn anything up.
All right.
Oh, I remember this place. This is where I killed some cultists.
Yeah, you found the place where Constance killed cultists, and you find some like little boutique cotton candy shop, which is kind of nice. We get like a little scene, a shot of the three of you eating cotton candy, which is nice and cute. But yeah, the search for Aiden McKellar's old haunt is fruitless today.
So it goes to that night, and Constance with just an entire pile of cotton candy.
Yeah, I think you're sitting there with cotton candy, and Gamzes is like stealing little bits of cotton candy, and Zair's just sitting there across the table, like, Gamzes.
I mean, he just set up a war table. I just turned to Vessinger. We need a war table. Get one made. Well,
That's a good idea.
I think having a place where we can
make it really round,
Anywhere-
and hollow out the center, so we can have people deliver us food into the circle.
What? No.
You don't want a round table?
They would just hand it to us as they went around the table. Of course, it has to be a long rectangular table, with one person at the head.
I just picture this really long table, Constance on one side, you on the other. Hey, Albert, pass the salt.
Well, I don't know about that, Captain. John elbows you. Don't have to restrict it to just one. And he just like winks at at Zaire, and Zaire rolls their eyes and looks like makes eye contact with Gamzes and sort of the like, can you believe this guy?
Yeah. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. Oh, I think you're right, John. Unfortunately, there's the 7 of us, and you being the newest member, you'd have to stand.
Well, I hear it's good for the blood flow, so I'm up for any position. Gamzes just rolls her eyes, stands up, like scoots her chair back, walks over to John, grabs him by the shoulder. Let's talk. And just like marches him out.
I think at this point, it's just, oh.
I have to admit, though, a battle table would be a good addition to our crew. We lack an area where people can lay down their plans that isn't my desk, and mark up my desk with their knives that they put into maps unnecessarily.
3 times! Okay, just 3 times!
Perhaps
But
you should
anyways,
get a desk of
Are
your
we
own.
not gonna mourn him? Like, guys, John was new, I know, but...
John made his
Zaire
entrance.
like sinks into their chair and like brings their mug up to their lips. No.
Constance, we all die one day. When it happens is less important.
Die. Anyways, yeah, round table. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Anyone here? Did the crew find someone? Anything?
Just do me a favor and roll a d20. It's like a generic luck test.
Hey!
And because Top Hat rolled.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so if you don't know, Top Hat has a bit of a reputation for being the luckiest goddamn bastard. A little less so in this campaign, fortunately for me, but like every other campaign we've been in together, on Roll20, off Roll20, doesn't matter. Not in Dungeons and Dragons, just in games in general. Yeah.
Hey, there was that one system, Apocalypse World.
Yeah, okay. But Apocalypse World is just a little punishing, and it's a little... Okay, don't get me started.
I'm just gonna keep playing D&D,
Back to the game. Yeah, so a 19's pretty good. I think you go, did anybody else find something? And Mabel, yes. Yes. Mabel stands up and walks over to you. I went by the records earlier and found this. She hands it to you, and it's the deed of sale.
Sanctuary has records?
So,
Yeah?
Mabel, how would you like the position of quartermaster?
I just assumed that they just... People just set up where they wanted to.
Job pays well.
I owe a lot of apologies.
They do, but you see, under Article 11, you can't actually set up on property that somebody else has already set up on. So, in order to lay claim to a space like that, you need something to prove that you purchased it from the previous owner. Hence.
Purchasing records.
Because you were too quiet to hear.
Purchasing records. Interesting.
Oh.
Well, are we gonna go storm this place right now, or are we gonna wait for tomorrow?
Look at it.
So your snorts. Storm.
Well, if you put it that way, start marching off.
Yeah, cut away to the three of us, like, in front of the house, like...
I think we go to break there, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are about on the hour, so let's take our first break, and we'll come back in a couple minutes to find out what is in Aiden McKellar's home. All right, see you there.